ranges. So it says so the amount of people that took it, you get raged. So it's like either better than say 67% of people that did it, which is good.
Yeah.
But I really want to be in that 70+ mark. It's just
For sure.
it's just tough, man, and I don't know how I would do it if I had the time.
You should be in that 1% mark, bro.
That 100% better than everybody. That's gonna be insane, bro. Yeah, but I tell you, I'm not very good at maths, man. It's like not my strongest
Yeah.
subject, to be fair.
I had to be in the top 1% of students in school to get into paramedics.
Did you want to become a paramedic?
Yeah, I thought it was really fun.
Wait, my cousin drives.
Wait, keep in mind, in Canada we make bank.
Yeah, my cousin. He's actually an ambulance driver for New Zealand as well, and I'm pretty sure he just didn't go through university, bro. He just kind of joined a club, and we have this thing that's called St. John's. It's our ambulance company. So it's like any time on ambulance, it's 111 obviously. Services. And yeah, I'm pretty sure he's well off.
This is a stealth killer. What is this? A pig?
No, it's Wraith.
It is stealth killer though.
Wraith.
So yeah, I don't know how that happened. I was considering that at one point.
Yeah.
But it's so hard to do anything medical. Like, you need to try hard. Oh, it's so hard.
I know, bro. Trust me.
So I don't even know if I have that grind in me. You know, maybe I do. Maybe I can do it, but I need to drop everything. There's just like nothing but stuff. And a good lifestyle. That's such a good thing.
I can't get that. He's gonna kill me.
You can. Oh, you could have got that, bro.
You think so?
Yeah, and you could get out of last time. You've got the toolbox. That toolbox is
Oh my god. I thought he was running around. Maybe I am getting tired.
but I'm telling you, this
He's got Merciless Storm.
Oh, Slim, I didn't tell you. This girl messaged me on Instagram, and yeah, I'm pretty sure she has a boyfriend.
Damn, bro.
I know. She was just asking to hang.
Oh, it's so good. You know, sometimes people aren't getting the things that they want from relationships and they seek other people. I know it sounds bad, but good just in the States until they find that person.
Bro, I don't get too close to anything, man. So.
The amount of opportunities that I wish I had. I would be keen in. I've got no social life.
Oh.
The people that stay there, the people I didn't go hang out. I really hang out.
Like Papa Runner?
Get ready for the continuous skill checks when it hits 90%.
Oh, is that what it is?
I like
Yeah.
it. It's kind of fun.
I like it too. It's kind of fun.
It's gonna come. It's gonna happen
It's like
now.
Guitar Hero.
Honestly,
Ready?
this is funny.
Yeah.
All right, got it.
Once per gen, once per game.
Nice.
I think Dead by Daylight is a pretty fun game, even though it's tanked and people don't enjoy it anymore, just because of all the changes and how it's survivor-sided. I mean, I still play Killer.
You think it is survivor-sided? Some people say it's killer-sided.
It's very weird. I don't personally. I don't think you can say that. Just because it's so different in different MMRs, with you've got different survivors and different skill bases. But I personally think it's insane the survivor side. But I just think it's more satisfying when you get the 4K. In my opinion.
Oh, you were right. I could get that.
Yeah, it's quick.
That thing happened in a second, bro.
But yeah, no. Wait, do you think it's killer sided now? I'd recommend.
I main as killer usually, and I find when I go up against strong survivors, it's really hard. Hold on and chase now.
Where is this killer?
Chasing me.
Where are you?
Just got me.
There you are.
Was it a pirate wraith? Alright, I'll just be hanging out on this hook up here. Don't worry about it. It's my first hook, so you can like try to push out a generator before somebody saves me.
Yeah, you're right, man. Yeah, so because I also.
Oh, merciless. Oh no, this creature is face camping me actually.
Alright, I got this.
So
I have borrowed time. Just tank the first set.
well, I was gonna say you could probably go and try to do this gen right in front of him. I don't think you can actually.
I was gonna say, which killer do you main, man?
Oh, they are AFK or what? I'm trying to main nurse.
Ah,
That ain't easy.
it's not when you start it.
Oh,
I mean,
once you get good?
A lot of games I'll get the 4K or at least 3, and you know, usually at least 2. But sometimes the teams, the survivors, are like so coordinated. Like they're competitive teams that come in together all on comms, and they're so good, man. They like body block and flashlight save, and like they just work so coordinated. It's crazy how fast they heal up, and oh, this thing's got no way out.
Yeah.
Like, and you start panicking and making mistakes, and then all of them can loop you. Especially with nurse, it's really hard
I know.
Yeah, it's very
because they keep double backing, and then they break line of sight, and they're constantly turning. And even if you blink exactly where you're trying to blink, they're there 1 second and they're gone the next.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch.
I don't know how some of these people are that are, you know, like.
I think maybe running a good perk would be when you come against those teams like FOV Tech, etc. can be played against you, but if you run a Shadowborn, especially with Nurse, because you've got better line of sight again, it's just a wider FOV, and that's a good perk to be running as well.
I never tried it because I didn't want to waste a perk slot on just trying to get wider field of view.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's just more or less like the way I kind of think about it is if you have that on, it could provide better blinks, and then you don't have to waste as much time chasing, you know. But yeah, for sure.
Maybe. I just find it hard because they'll go like, I don't know if you're watching. Are you watching this game right now?
Yeah.
So you see where the exit gate is? Well, I don't know. You're not. I don't know where he is. But there's this whole like area, this wooded area.
If this guy tried to kill me, you think I can escape?
It's like down below in this area. When they run you through these like areas that have a lot of obstacles, and the nurse blinks, sometimes they get caught up on things, like they don't go through things.
Yeah.
Is this killer AFK?
Nah, he's just letting him out.
Just letting you go?
At the moment. But yeah, I feel you, man, because I don't actually main nurse. In fact, I just refuse to play her because I feel like she's too broken. Because at one point I used to run her with no perks at all and then just play her, and still end up getting 4Ks. So I don't know. I just don't like playing a game where it's like that. It's like, yeah, you can sweat really badly, but I just enjoy having fun as killer rather than just, you know, always going for 4K.
I find that there's like 3 different stages. It's either like you're playing against beginners that don't know how to counter it, and then you just own them.
Yeah.
Or like you might get a team of 2 people that are good, but then there's 2 randoms. So then you might end up getting a 2 or 3 kill, or you might end up killing all 4 because.
Yeah.
But then there are just some of those teams that are like so good, like they're like veterans.
Some like honestly,
They're so hard because the second they take you for a loop or a run, the other ones are just knocking out generators like so quickly.
yeah.
That's why I feel like in those games it's kind of best to get good starting pressure, and then as soon as you're down to like 2 gens, just make sure that you're getting best value from, say, a bit of tunneling, a bit of camping, just to get those sweaty people out. 'Cause if you
Oh,
get one
like tell me
person-
about it. Sometimes I feel like I wish I would have camped or tunneled because I'll like somebody will get off the hook and I won't go after them, or I won't camp when I feel like it's the best thing to do at this moment, because right now you got 2 people trying to come in for a rescue. You know, the gates are about to be open, and what else are you going to do? Just move away from the hook and let them get the rescue?
Yeah, it's real tough. Like if you have 4 people up on last gen props, it's kind of unfortunate. I'd say it's probably doable if you have 2 people dead
And then I started running, like I never really used it before, but I think it was today I started putting on NOED, and it was kind of like a game changer because when the last gen goes off, everybody's exposed, and if you're nurse, you have to get 2 hits anyway, so it makes it easier to hit everybody. But then I'll find against good teams, like as soon as they realize you have NOED, they just snuff it out in like
why is it so long to come out?
30 seconds or something.
Why did it take so long to come out? Are you still in the match? In the level?
Oh no. I'm out.
Sure, man. I understand that. No, it is something.
It's
I
like they
personally
know
love.
they know where all the totems are. Like if I won't even bother using Ruin or Devour Hope, because within the first 30 seconds is like those perks are gone. They're just wasted
It's true. It's true. It's true.
against good survivors. And before, when the boons, I think the boons were nerfed and Boilover was recently nerfed, but they were so strong. They had all these boons up. They were healing so quickly.
And then they say that Survivor Side isn't. Yeah, I know.
No, there were some games where I just felt stupid. Like there was one game in particular where they just owned me so bad. Like one of them just gave me a free kill at the end. They just felt bad for me. They're like, "Here, put me on the hook," you know.
Yeah.
And then I would talk to them after in the chat, and I would be like, "Do you have any advice? Like, how could I be better? Like, what could I do?" And they're just like, "No, you did everything right. You just can't beat us."
What? No, that is something they. Oh man.
No, I think it's possible.
It is.
Hold on. If the survivors are all very good and they know exactly what to do, and they know how to loot, I don't care what killer it is, you're not winning.
Nah, I do agree to disagree, man. Depends on the killer.
Who? Give me an example. Who?
If you're nurse, you blink, and pellets are no longer a thing, and you can blink through walls. So.
Okay, but that depends on the map.
Yeah, map.
If you're in a map with any sort of inside area, that nurse is done.
Yeah,
They're
like
just
the
gonna keep
police
on running through
station.
there.
The police station, or some of these maps are really hard to blink through. And sometimes like people could still loop nurse because you try to blink, and if you don't blink, if you don't hold it long enough, you don't go through. So like you hit the pallet and you don't go through, and if you hold it too long, you overshoot it, and then by that time they just vault the pallet or go the other direction. Sometimes it's really hard, like around a stupid loop. Like I had one guy looping me around a tree once, like a big tree, and it was so frustrating. I couldn't catch him. And I think another problem is you have to know when to give up the chase, and say, like they're wasting too much of your time. But you get like persistent, and you're like, I want to catch this person. I know I can catch this person. But sometimes the best thing is to be like, all right, see you later. I'm going over here to, protect the generator.
Yeah, for sure, man. I fully understand.
So I've tried different things where it's like I tried builds where it's all gen slowdown, and then I've tried builds where it's like all tracking perks where you're just like, you know, seeing auras and stuff. And the one that I was running today was pretty good. It's I realized if you know how to use the builds, they become really powerful. This one I got from Vulpixia. She's a really good nurse main, and the build is 2 Scourge Hooks perks. One is Floods of Rage, and the other one is Pain Resonance. Pain Resonance, when you hook them on the Scourge Hook, it pops the gen with the most progress. So it gives you, it pops that gen, like loses 15%. And then if anybody's on it, they scream, so you get an alert. So it's like a tracking perk and a gen slowdown perk. And then Floods of Rage, when they get unhooked from that, everybody's aura is visible for like 7 seconds or something like that. Or maybe a couple seconds, 5, I don't know what it is. And then the other 2 are Agitation and Starstruck. And Agitation works with the Scourge Hooks because it makes you move faster when you're carrying a body, so you can get to the Scourge Hooks faster. But Agitation also works with Starstruck because Starstruck makes them exposed if they're in your terror radius, and Agitation expands your terror radius. So all those perks have like really good synergy with each other. And if you can like work with them, all of a sudden people start getting exposed, and you start getting alarms of like, oh, they're over on this generator, and you just zip over. And then on top of that, you got to use the perks or the add-ons, Heavy Panting and Kavanaugh's Last Breath. And one is like 30% distance increase, and the other one's 20%. And they also make the nurse blink like super fast. It's like she just shoots over like lightning in really far distances. And so when you have all that stuff equipped, the nurse is like so much more powerful than if you're just... I know some people will be like, oh, you can just run nurse with no perks or anything, but there's a huge difference when you have that stuff on.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I think there's a huge difference when you have perks on, for sure.
And those add-ons in particular, like they make you go almost twice as far. So if somebody's got a lot of distance, you can make up all that distance in the first blink and really be on them. Whereas without it, you're like really struggling just to catch up with them. And then they'll double back, you know, when you blink and go the other way. I guess it just takes, people say it takes a lot of time and practice with nurse.
Yeah. So weren't you telling me